have to clap?
No.
Yeah, let's clap real quick, just to make sure.
Go ahead and clap then.
Okay. Clap. I did it! Okay, so welcome back. Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on.
I'm not ready yet.
Hold on. I gotta do this thing real quick. Okay. Let me make sure. Okay, we're good.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Macbeef-Banquet podcast. My name is Henry G.
Yeah.
This is Miles B. And we're
Yeah.
back for episode 77, I think, at this point.
Yes.
Of the
77.
of the Macduff-Banquet podcast. And we're going to be talking about a movie today called... What did we watch again? Harold and Maude.
Harold and Maude.
I really like this movie.
Yeah?
It was great. I could go on and on about it.
Well, why don't you?
Okay, I will. For starters, the score was... Not the score. The soundtrack was great. Obviously, Cat Stevens was phenomenal. Yeah. It was perfect for a movie like that.
Mm-hmm.
The acting was really great, too. I feel like it's very... I don't know. I think that would be... You could have a lot of fun with those kind of characters. Because it's all very, like, deadpan at times, but also kind of goofy. I was surprised at how much, like... more serious moments we got with Harold, because I was expecting him to just kind of be quirky the whole time, but he wasn't. Necessarily. He wasn't, even at the end he was, but like he still had some serious moments, which I really enjoyed. What else was there? The direction was really good too.
Hal Axby.
Hal Axby was the guy?
That's the, yeah.
That was very well done for that.
I wonder if, are you looking if he's done anything else?
Yeah. Ashby?
Ashby. I guess it is Ashby. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's done Being There, The Last Detail, Coming Home, none of which I've seen. Okay.
Almost nothing that's like, I've never heard of any of these.
I'd be really curious to see some of his other stuff though. Because I think that even just like the opening, especially, like, because that got me. I'll be honest, like, it got me because it felt like, and that's why I asked Miles at the beginning of what the genre was, because it looked almost like, well, first of all, the lighting and the color almost looked like thriller-esque a little bit, or like dramatic, like story or something.
Yeah.
And then the music helped with that too, because that was a more, which song was that? I don't remember. But it felt like it would be more for a drama or a serious movie than like such a absurd comedy. So I really liked that music at the beginning too, and the fact that we didn't see much of him. And then when you find out that it's not real, like it makes it. I was like, okay, that got me. I didn't know he was gonna be our protagonist, so it was a great moment. But we're kind of, I have to imagine Better Off Dead would have like pulled something from this too, because it was just like a constant, like, the timing was really good of like being awkward enough to be like really quirky and funny, but all like the same style of humor, but it was like also had visual gags a lot of the time too, especially with his like death stuff, and obviously the scene with the cop was really funny. That might have been my favorite scene, to be honest, because of how wacky it was, and you've seen this before. So what did you think a third time around? I don't know.
I think I enjoyed it. Was I think second time I've seen it, but no, I think I do like it more the second time even. Yeah. Because I mean, obviously I picked up on more of what was happening in the story, just because as time goes by you get wiser and older.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think the one thing that is interesting to me about this movie is that, like, the story, I guess, maybe not the story, but like the theme they're going for, that like, like live life, it's a pretty common theme, I would say, but I feel like they do it so well, and like I mean, I honestly I can't think of another film that does it, but
right, cause
I know it's not unheard of to have a movie tell you to live life, be free.
Well, and it's almost unexpected too, because it's like you don't expect like the coming of age stuff that goes along with it. Even though Harold's definitely like a coming of age character.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's on. I don't know how old he is, and
I'm
he's
guessing
supposed to be in the movie.
18 or something.
But like he's supposed
18
to.
or 19.
So it's kind of like The Graduate a little bit in that where in that one like Dustin Hoffman's trying to figure out like what to do with his life, and so it's kind of the same thing, but it's more of a comedy.
Yeah,
And it's
I like didn't even make that connection. Those movies are very similar,
and like well,
but
and
not
the
not
scene
enough. But
with where I think they're just talking, and he's like talking about why he like how he's died a few times. Like that wasn't. That was, like, the first scene we really got where he was very serious, and it's again you just don't expect it like for some reason because you expect it to be just constantly like gags all the time
and that's
random
and that's kind of like I was worried. Like I was thinking like maybe what I remember the movie being funny isn't actually funny, and then it actually is a pretty funny film.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it does have it's good points where it knows when to not be funny, and
I'm glad that they didn't end it on like a
him killing himself.
Yeah, and because I feel like that's just it's better to have it that way too.
Yeah,
because again, it calls back to like
that's the whole
fake
point.
Death.
Yeah, and it's not just that, but it's also the whole point of him learning to enjoy life and not be constrained by material things,
or even just like common things that you're supposed to like have out of life. I was in what was it at the college we have like a variety of like what are they like gen eds that you have to take.
I don't know what you mean.
General education, just
okay,
like the basic,
like science,
the basic,
math,
all that. And one of them was actually world religions. And I think it was like my instructor was telling us like the four usual common things are like birth, like rites of passage, just like coming of age type stuff, and then marriage and death. And the way like that was like laid out for us was like that sounds so basic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
but
I
that's
really like
it.
the quote too that she consistency isn't a human trait, which is kind of because like people can do all kinds of different things, and and obviously the Cat Stevens song is really perfect for that too, because like what is he is the song that she sings on the piano where he
sing out what is it called?
Because it's like there's all kinds of ways you can go. It's almost cheesy, but it's but what's great is the comedy makes it not so cheesy. It makes it a little easier to swallow that information instead of just trying to do like a feel good Hallmark movie. It's like a quirky sort of because you're interested in the gags and want to get back to the gags, you actually take a second to recognize the serious stuff. And I think I guess my favorite scene was already, but the one that I also was really impressed by was the scene with where he lights himself on fire.
Oh yeah, and
because particularly because of the detail of the glass, because like I've been looking at that cinematography book still, and like how they'll sometimes
the one from your school, right?
Yeah, and like sometimes you gotta. I've heard that they'll even obviously they have to have enough budget for it, but they'll even be particular about the glass if they're doing a shot through a window or something. Like they have to be particular about the glass so it doesn't reflect, or so that it doesn't isn't too hot or something, or not too hot but like too thick or something.
Oh yeah, like where he's standing there and his face.
It's like distorted.
Yeah,
which is a great little detail.
It's really funny too.
You almost don't even notice.
Yeah, it's makes him seem more goofy because that's what he was kind of going for. He's like,
you believe that like there's so much intention behind everything because it's a lot of like wider shots too. I noticed.
Yeah,
there's a lot of landscape stuff, which is I feel like is typical too for like an adventure kind of thing, like a buddy sort of. I mean, it's a little bit more romantic, but like
also kind of can be used to tell a story too.
Yeah,
when it's like enjoy where you're at, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, and even like too like the visual gags, like I feel like that's more common for that sort of style too. It's not quite slapstick. It's like I feel like it's so pretentious right now, but like it's not. Like so, I feel like that's common to use the wider shots because you can kind of show more of the body, especially if you're kind of playing it like wacky or anything. Which I mean, they weren't, but it also shows off the wardrobe, which is a big part of this too. Yeah, and that's another thing I think I picked up on with like how particular it is. That's why I was curious to look at That's what I was going to look at was the budget for it.
Oh yeah, because something I like. Sorry, this is like a little off track, but I just wanted to say it because I thought of it. I didn't even think about it when it was happening, but when he's blowing bubbles after they had sex, that's like a reference to the fact that he's not smoking
Yeah.
cigarettes. I didn't even think about that. I didn't even connect it when it was happening, but that's what
Yeah.
it's a reference to.
That's true. I didn't think of that either, actually. It was made with a small budget. It was 1.2 million. Which makes sense, I
In
guess.
71.
Yeah.
So what would that be like in the hundred thousands? I'm guessing in terms of
Yeah, like a
like level
today. Yeah.
or
like, with, like,
maybe not hundred thousands, but
I mean, somewhere around there.
I don't know.
I don't know. Either way, I guess for movies at the time, maybe it was a little bit bigger, but like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
especially nowadays, it would be. Well, on the even with that shot I mentioned too of him outside lighting himself on fire, you can like even see some of the color. Maybe they either didn't have time for it or they wanted to keep it that way, where the outside does look really blue.
Mm-hmm.
Which could just be they didn't have a budget for it or didn't want to spend the time with the film in post or something, or maybe it was particular. I'd be curious to hear about that. But either way, especially with how everything is so particular,
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's a very obvious choice. So it's I would be interested to hear about what he meant by if there was an intention behind the color outside. But that's just a little detail. Either way, great overall. I really liked it. The scene with him and what's her name? Maude, well, duh, and then the uncle when they're fighting.
Oh yeah, that was
great.
good.
It was a great little bit of like I don't know, the three of them just going at it, and then
Yeah.
she falls through. Yeah, and that shot too of like this sort of just like the square.
It was the reflection of the
reflection
water.
yeah,
Yeah.
there were some great shots in there.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I'm glad you liked it. I was
Yeah.
worried you weren't going to like
No,
it. But...
I loved it. It was amazing. It's right up my alley because and again I mentioned Better Off Dead because it's the same kind of comedy and I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like the scene when they're getting bullied and so he just like starts laughing at the bully
Oh
constantly.
yeah.
Because of the joke. It's like that sort of I don't even know how to describe it. Like I don't know, subversive. It's like you just don't expect it and. I don't know. It's really good. It's hard to do. Do that.
Have you seen The Sure Thing?
Parts of it
with John Cusack.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's one part that always stands out whenever I think of the movie.
Yeah.
It's so they're trying to it's John Cusack and there's this woman who's quote unquote the sure or no not the sure thing but she's like this annoying nerdy classmate in college, and he's going to California to have sex with the sure thing, which is a lady who will just have sex with him. And on the way there, they have to hitchhike at one point, and she gets in this truck, and he's saying, "Don't get in the truck." And he doesn't get in the truck, and she does. And then the truck driver gets a little too handsy, and so John Cusack like comes in and like gets in the truck and starts acting like crazy.
Yeah.
And it's just like a really good scene. It's really funny.
Absolutely.
Like that alone.
Yeah.
See if I can pull it up.
Well, he's great for
actually.
that stuff too because his performance. I feel like that's a good like role for him because he could just do that pretty well.
Okay, I'll pull it up. We'll look at it.
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
In a sec.
We'll get it. Well, yeah. Watch the sure thing, guys.
Sure thing.
Sure thing. We'll do.
So yeah, I like the movie again because it's a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta get it on DVD at some point.
Yeah, definitely. It's very fun. I definitely recommend it. Yeah, it was great.
You watched a thing this week?
This week,
And there's definitely some things you watched.
yes, indeed. I watched Chinatown, which was really good. Jack Nicholson. The composition in that was amazing, and the story overall was great. It was a noir, but it was like, I think it was in color, but it was also like really muted. So it kind of is like almost black and white.
Oh yeah.
or at least maybe like an homage to that.
Like
'Cause
like
there's
turn
still-
down the saturation
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah, very much. I was actually reading about like techniques that they would do with film and like how they would like sometimes they'll like, pre-expose it before they shoot, and like that brings up like the like that like reduces contrast overall, and like there's a bunch of techniques for that.
Especially because they couldn't do it with
Digital.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, what else did I watch this week?
Boys episode 2.
The Boys. We did watch episode number 2, which was fun.
Oh, I don't even remember what happened in that episode.
I'm glad that he
Invisible.
blew up. What's his nuts? Yeah.
Invisible.
Translucent.
Translucent.
Yeah, translucent. Who sucks dick.
Yeah.
He blew him up. I'm glad. I love it when shows like that don't pull their punches. But I feel like that show almost prides itself on it too, because it's very dark.
It does.
Or tries to be. So that makes sense.
It's like kind of like Deadpool almost. In
Yeah,
in
right.
that same way that
It's
it
like-
just doesn't
Yeah.
really care. You also watched Over the Garden Wall.
We got through all that, which was really great. I love that.
I'm glad. I'm glad.
Very
you
much
liked
so. The kid was the little brother. What was Greg?
it. Greg. Yeah.
He's the best character for sure. All the songs that he wrote
Yeah.
were just phenomenal. I love the frog singing too.
That was good.
His voice was
It's
phenomenal.
one of my favorite parts too.
And you mentioned the episode with what was it? Anti-Whispers.
Anti-Whispers and
That was a really good episode.
yeah, because it was like it was subversive.
Mhm.
I mean, it was kind of obvious, but
Yeah.
not completely obvious. But I'm glad how like scary it was, especially for a kids show.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't get that a lot, and
No,
I wish shows did that more. And playing the strings the right way, not going full horror, not going full
Right,
soft.
yeah.
Just kind of towing that line.
I agree. They're absolutely. Shows like that are the best because it's like they can like be so diverse in everything that they do, and you like almost don't expect
Like
the way
Adventure
that they're
Time is
gonna
a
go.
good one, I think.
Yeah.
'cause
Regular
they're-
show wasn't too bad. There were some good episodes in there. I didn't really watch it that much though.
Yeah,
So,
I never really watched regular show.
But yeah, no, they can really sort of blur the line a little bit.
Cartoon Network is definitely like that kind of channel.
Yeah, I agree.
Channel.
No, they have some very wacky stuff. One of the more lighthearted ones that I always loved though was like Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh
You know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
which is kind of like it's not dark, but like it does have like some like I don't know, just wacky like humor that like is almost like too much for like little kids or like they want
Yeah.
to get almost.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty dope. But yeah, no, Over the Garden Wall, definitely recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
Great little story. Just
Yeah, it's very
wrapped up
easy
in,
to watch too.
Yeah, just little 10-minute episodes.
Mm-hmm. It's
Yeah.
on HBO Max. It's on
Yep.
Hulu. Wherever.
I
Check
think
it
if
out.
there's anything else I was gonna say. I feel like there was, but I don't remember.
Watch anything particularly good yesterday?
No, not really. I watched some more Psych,
Mm-hmm.
but that was it.
Yeah.
After that, I was just listening to music,
Yeah.
which is good too. Anyway, yeah. What about you? What'd you watch this week?
I watched what was it? Secret World of Ariete on HBO Max.
How was that?
I've seen it before. When it came
How was
out.
that again?
It was all right. I don't know. I wished there was more stuff because it's based on The Borrowers, which are like the little people who
Yeah.
like
They borrow stuff and
yeah. So it was all right. I watched Godzilla, the
Godzilla.
2014
oh
one.
yeah.
I watched Kong Skull Island, which I have seen before. I didn't
Kong.
see. I hadn't seen Godzilla before, at least the 2014 one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also saw Godzilla King of the Monsters for the first time.
How was that? Was he actually the king of the monsters though?
Yeah, by the end of the movie he was.
Technically.
I definitely understand why people didn't like it. But I didn't think it was that bad. Godzilla and Kong Skull Island were definitely like the two better ones out of the because Godzilla versus Kong comes out March or April.
Yeah.
That's what I was watching them all for.
Were you excited for that, Miles?
I am actually kind of excited for it because
Yeah.
I mean it looks like it's going to be very similar to Godzilla King of the Monsters, whereas it's going to be a lot of human. Because people don't want to watch it for the human interaction.
Yeah,
but
of course not.
I do understand that CGI is very expensive.
True.
I also watched Monsters Inc. and Monsters University,
Yeah.
both of which I've seen.
Monsters Inc. is just amazing.
Yeah, there was like so much stuff I didn't like because I hadn't seen Monsters Inc.
We
in
got a
so long.
2319.
Yeah, I hadn't seen it in
I
so
love those
long.
movies, yeah.
So it was definitely definitely
Yeah.
glad to watch it again.
No, it was great. Yeah, it's a great movie.
What else did I watch? I mean, obviously I
We had
watched The
snow
Boys.
cones every time we would watch that movie.
Really?
Yeah. Or I'd want snow cones. Like, they're amazing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say you were watching?
Obviously The Boys.
Oh, yeah.
Over the Garden Wall. Yeah, I think that's it for things I've watched.
Okay. Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty. Well, yeah. There was a lot of good stuff this week, I gotta say.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
I watched a lot this week.
Absolutely. Trying to think if there's anything else.
Oh, also Hook
Hook. Gotcha.
with Robin
Yeah.
Williams, which I have seen before.
Right. Of course. Yes.
Sorry.
Classic.
Sorry.
Good old
Sorry,
Hook.
sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm sorry.
Miles. Take your Xanax. Xanax? I don't know. Okay. I have something for us for next week.
Bro, what?
I do.
Why, though?
Because
Low-key, why?
It's tradition. It's like how slow I took that. It's tradition. Right. We have a movie next week from 2001.
Holy
that
shit.
You said you hadn't seen.
Holy shit balls. Let's hope I haven't.
At least I think you said you hadn't. If not, I'll pick the other one that we talked about yesterday, which is Mulholland Drive.
I haven't seen it.
Good. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
I can't even look it up.
Watts. Came out in
Mulholland.
2001.
Mulholland.
It's on HBO Max for those that want to watch it.
Mulholland Drive.
Humana.
I definitely misspelled it.
Yeah.
What did I put? I put
But it was David Lynch.
Muldand. Interesting.
Yeah.
This looks good.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch it. Heard great things about it, so.
Ooh, it's got ooh.
Ooh, it's got. Ooh.
Oh, have you watched any more Twin Peaks?
Probably
not.
Not really, no.
It's got one of the actresses from Twin Peaks who's really good in the show. Apparently.
What's the name? I'll just look it up. I'll just look up the cast. How about that?
But you won't know who I'm referring to.
Oh yeah, you talking about Michael J. Anderson?
No, actually, I don't even know if she's in it. Her picture was listed.
Well, it's funny because Michael J. Anderson is in it too, actually.
Who?
He was the midget in the
Oh.
In the.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. I don't know. She was listed, but it apparently is not. I don't know. Never mind. Mulholland Drive. Very, very good. Can't wait to see it.
Yes, quite.
Okay, no, I think it was just a picture of, like, them comparing Mulholland Drive to Twin Peaks. Is why her picture was shown.
Makes sense.
But
Classist
cool.
pigs.
Can't wait to see Mulholland Drive on HBO Max.
Exactly.
I think that's the only thing that's
Watch
on.
it. Yeah, that's the only one. Amazon, you'd have to rent it. Along with everywhere else.
Yeah.
5 sold to the man. Yeah. So watch that there next week, guys, and we'll see you then. Try not to get snowed in, because we know we will be.
I mean,
by
we
the end
have
of this
been.
episode. In fact, please send food and
Please send help.
supplies.
Send to St. Bernard with a bottle of beer or whatever.
Tied to its back. It's adorable.
It's not even a bottle of beer tied to its back.
Tied to its, yeah. Send a St.
That's
Bernard.
not what it's supposed to be. It's
Oh.
supposed to be a little barrel of what is it? It's not alcohol. Maybe it is to like thaw the snow or something.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay. Gotcha. Well, either way. Bye.
Sorry, no. Here, read this first.
Okay, hold on. All right.
Did you know?
Did you know? Iron Man fact number 912. Robert Downey Jr. is fluent in English. This is referenced in an Easter egg in 2012's The Avengers, where Tony Stark speaks English throughout the entire movie. It's
Sorry.
amazing. You heard it here first, folks.
No, I was gonna look up Saint Bernard before we leave. We're gonna look up Saint Bernard barrel. What do they put in it?
Wait, what?
St. Bernards are often portrayed, especially in old live-action comedies such as Swiss Miss, the TV series Topper, classic cartoons wearing small barrels of brandy around their necks. Avalanche victims supposedly drank the
Avalanche.
brandy to stay warm while awaiting rescue, although this is medically unsound.
Yes, indeed, it is.
Okay, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Cut. This is where we cut.
Cut,
Cut.
Miles, cut.
Cut. Cut. Cut. Cut.